For the second time in a row, Tecno has made the most affordable flip style fold, the Phantom V Flip 2. But this time, they've made it better. Well, mostly. So, let's talk about it. The Phantom V Flip 2 is Tecno's second attempt at a flip style fold, and from mere looking at it, you can see how far they've come with the design and build quality. A major complaint I had about the last flip was the not so usable external display, so Tecno decided to improve that and give us something more useful. They've also launched the V Fold 2 alongside this, and it is interesting to see Tecno actively trying to compete in the foldables category. More interesting is the fact that they priced it lower than the competition. Tecno has made major improvements to their folds while also making some questionable decisions, and we'll talk about them shortly. I already have a review on the V Fold 2. I'll add a link in the description so you can go check that out. Now, the V Flip 2. The unboxing experience here is not much different from the Fold, so it's basically the same accessories. The case that comes with this one is transparent. It doesn't look like much at first, but it fits in the Flip 2 nicely, protecting the device while also allowing you to see all of its design features. And from Tecno's promotional material, I think there will be more stylish case options. It is targeted at the fashion enthusiast after all. There's an NFC card that comes with this, and when tapped at the back of the phone, it activates a custom wallpaper for the cover display. That's all it does, nothing else. I believe they are trying to tease NFC cards that change the theme of the device, but let's see if they will offer more accessories to that effect. If you look back to their first flip, you have to commend the progress they've made with the design here. This manages to give that premium look and feel even when some of its specifications are mid-range. Yeah, it uses a mid-range processor, and we'll address that later. So, Tecno designed these new Phantom devices in collaboration with the luxury brand Loewe. Unlike with the previous generation and the Fold 2, this one does not have a leather finish. The back panel should be glass, not sure, but it has this really nice matte texture. Tecno calls it sand edge crafted design. I'm also not sure what this logo is, but below it says designed by Phantom. They have always tried to separate their Phantom as a sub-brand, more like their luxury division. The V Flip 2 comes in just two colors, Moondust Grey and Travertine Green. Mine is the former. Holding this, you can tell exactly what Tecno is going for here. They want some of that Samsung foldable market share. The build is solid, it fits nicely in your palm when folded. The hinge is also sturdy, the crease is minimal, and there is no Tecno branding anywhere on the device. So unless you're told, you probably won't know it's a Tecno device. They have also priced it reasonably in my opinion. It costs around $650. In Nigeria, it's just over ₦1 million, no thanks to inflation and the currency devaluation. But when you consider availability, foldables from around the competition cost around $1,000. So this is definitely not flagship. The pricing confirms that. But who would know? It's been built really well and most of the specs measure up. We'll just have to seek out where they've cut corners. For those wondering about durability, aside its 13 months warranty, Tecno is offering this with 6 months screen insurance where they replace the display should any damage happen, even if it is from you. Now, I'm not saying you should go damage it to test though. You probably can only redeem that once. I think that is nice of them. The cover display of the V Flip 2 is 3.64 inches, it's AMOLED and with high pixel density. So it looks great. It wraps nicely around the cameras and flash. Tecno named it Through Pull. Not sure why it needs a name. One thing I like about their implementation is that the apps open in portrait, not using the whole screen and having the cameras obstruct the content. So it's more like a mini phone which you can type on if you find it comfortable enough to do so. Surprisingly, it's not inconvenient. I used it a lot. So it's not just for checking notifications, but it allows you access a lot of the apps you install. For the apps you can't add, there's an easy workaround. It allows Play Store, so you just launch the app from Play Store and you have it running well on the cover display. They also have a nice media player for the cover display when you have music playing. It also makes good use of the side below or above the camera depending on how you are holding the phone. When you exit the music player, it just goes there and you can interact with it. Just like a dynamic barcode for the cover display. Nicely done. It is customizable with different wallpaper options or something custom as you see fit. There are more uses for the cover display, like using it as a preview for the cameras. You can also play the custom mini games Tecno has added. However, I've noticed that when using it for long, the cover display, the device starts to get warm and lag a bit. I get that you are not expected to use the cover display like it's a normal one, but it shouldn't get hot if I decide to use it to maybe continue my conversations. This could be because mine is on pre-release software, so I hope it's better on the retail version. I actually recommend visiting any of their experience centers where they are on display and use one a bit before buying. Flipped open, you have a tall 6.9 inches flexible LTPO AMOLED display with 120Hz screen refresh rate. To simplify all that tech jargon, 120Hz and LTPO just means that the display is smooth to operate. It uses UTG flexible glass. The crease is slightly wider than what you find on, say, a Samsung Flip, making it more subtle to the touch. Tecno says it has a long folding lifespan, only time will tell just how durable. Good thing they have a warranty that covers it. The hinge is solid, I'll even say sturdier and more flexible than what's on the Fold, as it maintains more angles before it folds shut. I like how the software adapts to the flex mode for apps like YouTube or the gallery when viewing a photo, and you can use the bottom part of the display to navigate. It also adjusts when you have a pop-up window open and flex the screen. In terms of display quality, it is vibrant and bright enough to use outdoors. I don't know the specifics on the peak brightness, but from personal experience, I have no complaints. The contrast though is on the high side, and some content might appear too saturated. You can adjust this from the color style in the display settings. It's a tall display, so content with regular 16:9 aspect ratio will leave major black bars on each side. You can zoom it in to remove that, but you might lose some of the top and bottom. This is not a concern though, it is common with smartphones generally, and even worse when it comes to flip phones since they have to be long and somewhat narrower than the regular ones. This has a 22:9 aspect ratio. The speakers sound great and it has Dolby Atmos. Tecno wants you to know, so it's branded on the frame. Let's move on to software. Tecno has polished this quite well for their Folds, and you already saw a glance of how it is optimized for this form factor when I was talking about the cover display and flex mode. It is iOS version 14.5 with Android 14. We expect to see Android 15 and 16 since Tecno promises 3 years of support. That is 2 major OS upgrades and 1 more year for security updates. How swift that update will come, that I cannot say, but based on what we have here, Tecno has outdone themselves with the features, from its multitasking down to AI integration. We've got Magic Eraser for photos, cutting out the subject from an image when you tap and hold for a second, and just drag and drop it in the Smart Hub. We also get that sketch to image feature from the V Fold 2. You sketch it and the AI reimagines it as something more artistic, either as a better looking sketch, a comic, digital art, or whatever best represents what you are going for. I think it's nice of Tecno to add that here even when it does not have pen support. You don't get the math function though, I guess that's reserved for the V Fold 2. You can also get text summary from a web page or check your grammar when you highlight the text and use the Ask AI feature. It is implemented differently from what's on the V Fold 2, more like what we've seen on their recent phones, but it works well. The AI-powered voice assistant is not left out. Ella is powered by ChatGPT, and if you saw my review on the V Fold 2, I explored some of its cool features. Not all of them made it here though, and that makes sense. This is using a mid-range processor. You can use it to assist in writing emails or work on new ideas. Its performance though was not consistent in my experience. One time it summarized content from a link I gave to it, but since then I could not replicate that. Maybe it's because of the pre-release software version I have here. From the promotional material I saw on their website, it should have mostly similar functionality as what's on the V Fold 2. Now let's talk about that processor, the MediaTek Dimensity 8020. Coming from the original V Flip, Tecno has improved everything except the processor, which you could say is understandable because they had to cut costs somewhere or somehow. Not to say the 8020 here isn't great, but the Dimensity 8200 would have been awesome. The processor gets the job done, and to handle most of your use case for this device, it is complemented by 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, which is not expandable, and this is the only available memory configuration. It games just fine as long as you are not expecting flagship gaming performance, but I feel the target audience for this device won't be gaming much. But should they decide to, the Phantom V Flip 2 is capable. However, from my usage, I notice lag sometimes with the software when the device gets hot, especially on the cover screen. Now this doesn't happen every time it gets hot though, and it doesn't get hot randomly. I notice it mostly when gaming for long sessions or using the cameras for some time, especially when engaging the cover screen. You can feel the heat more from the top half of the phone. Now I don't know if to blame optimization for this or the processor, but it's something Tecno should look into and maybe release an update to fix it. Again, this is pre-release software and I hope it is better on the retail version. Tecno packed a massive 4720 mAh battery in the V Flip 2, and that's a big deal because most flip style phones have way below that. The battery life here is great, and unless you are a heavy user, this can last you a day. Should you need to charge though, it can be boosted from 0 to 50% in 15 minutes thanks to 70 watts fast charging, and it comes with a charging brick. The phone works great for calls. It accepts dual nano SIM cards and it has support for 5G. Now let's talk cameras. This is one area I think Tecno put in a lot of effort. On the rear we have just 2 cameras, a main and ultra wide, both 50 megapixels. The selfie camera is 32 megapixels and it does great to capture good selfies, but I feel people won't use it much because the rear cameras take much better selfies and it's easy to access without unfolding the phone. The shots are great with detail and sharpness. The processing for skin tones look good and the portrait mode is also surprisingly good while not having a dedicated telephoto camera. Being a flip phone, you can get shots from the most interesting angles or have your phone flex on a surface, not needing a tripod, and still be able to frame perfectly for your shots. Plus, if you like it to hold it camcorder style, you are free to do so. It encourages you to use DV mode when flex. The DV mode just gives you a couple of options with different styles to use for your filming. On video, you can shoot in 4K 30 FPS from the rear camera, and you can use ultra steady even with 4K for some stable video recording. I think it does great. It also has Ultra Steady Pro if you need something more aggressive. I've enjoyed using the Phantom V Flip 2 more than I like to admit, especially running apps on the cover display. Now, I've always preferred the tablet style folds to the flips, but I see why people like them. In terms of user experience, I think it measures up, especially when you consider that it's one of the most affordable you can find in the fold category. The build quality is premium, the design goes hard, and if you want something someone sees and goes, "What phone is that?" The V Flip 2 meets that expectation. But the processor choice, while it works, could have been better. There is also no eSIM support. Now, that's not a deal breaker, but it's 2024. Premium phones should have that. For software, it still needs some optimization, especially so it doesn't get hot when you use the cover display for long. Also, more OS upgrades, and it should be timely too. I can recommend this to someone who wants a flip style fold but don't want to break the bank. Your only alternative if you find yourself in a region like Nigeria is to buy one of the Samsung flips, and we know how much they cost. Unless you consider a used one, which is risky because flexible display, no warranty, you know the rest of the story. For what appears to be only the second generation of Tecno's foldables, they have made significant progress. Even better that they are giving you proper warranty for the device that covers the display even if you accidentally damage it. So, would you buy one? That's all from me.